here. I'm gonna show you everything that happened in week 14. So I'm gonna turn the camera around so you can see the result of my picks. So here it is. All right, here we go. Okay. All right, guys. Look. Well, first of all, I'm gonna tell you I went 11-5 this weekend. So yeah, and the total week for 4 weeks, I'm 45-15, and I'm very accurate on these picks in all my videos. So yeah, I'm gonna show you this board that I made is the week 14 results, and also I got my DFS week 14 picks with the points and all that stuff. So let's get to it. All right. Well, I picked Pittsburgh on this one, 26-21, and Pittsburgh was 1 point favorite, and they won 27-20. Le'Veon Bell scored 3 rushing touchdowns. So yeah, and this was a really good win for Pittsburgh. It covered the line. So yeah, we did a good job on this one as well. Okay, well, Denver against Tennessee. Tennessee won 13-10, and I took Denver on this one. So yeah, I lost on this one, but I got it 17-14, and the game ended up 13-10 Denver. So yeah, and Tennessee covered the line, which they were 1.5 favorite. So yeah, pretty much this one, unfortunately, Tennessee won. And now Washington, I picked Washington on this one. They won 27-22, and I picked 26-17, and it ended up 27-22. And Washington covered the total, the spread, 2.5. So yeah, they also won. So yeah, I got that one right. So I'm 2-1 right there. And Arizona versus Miami. Miami hit a field goal in the last seconds. So yeah, and Ryan Tannehill sprained his ACL, and he's not gonna come back till like next year or something, because pretty much Matt Moore is gonna play on Saturday night, and he's resting his knee because he sprained his ACL, MCL. So yeah, so Arizona lost this game, and I picked Arizona 26-24. But yeah, the results ended up Miami covered the line, and 2.5 point favorite. So yeah, Miami won on this one. Also, Minnesota, I picked Minnesota 20-10, and they won 25-16 against Jacksonville. And Minnesota covered the spread at 3. So yeah, so that's another one right there. Also, Indy against Houston. Houston won this one 22-17, and pretty much I picked Indy 24-20, and Indy supposedly was 6.5 favorite, and they didn't cover it. So yeah, they lost, and that's what happened. And then I got San Diego versus Carolina. I picked San Diego 28-23, and it ended up being 28-16. This was a very Carolina defense. They dominated San Diego. Yeah, so San Diego lost this one, and I also lost this one as a pick. So yeah, right now 3-3 right now. And then Cincinnati versus Cleveland right there, 23-10, and I picked Cincinnati 28-23. So yeah, it covered the line. Pretty much, they were 5 point favorites. So yeah, that covered the line as well. And then Detroit versus Chicago. I said 26-20 Detroit, and it ended up being 20-17. And Detroit was 9.5 favorite, and it ended up being by 3 points. So yeah, so I picked that one right, and the line didn't go through because they had to win more than 9.5. So yeah, and also I have the Jets and San Francisco, I picked the Jets winning 20-17, and the game ended up being 23-17. They were 1 point. Well, San Francisco was 1 point favorite, and I picked the Jets over this one. So yeah, I got that also win. I got Tampa versus New Orleans. I had Tampa 29-24, and they won 16-11. And Tampa was 2.5 favorites. So yeah, they covered the spread there also. And Atlanta versus Los Angeles Rams. I picked Atlanta 23-16, and Atlanta won 42-14, and Atlanta was favored 5.5 points. So yeah, I covered also. And then Green Bay versus Seattle. I picked the Green Bay Packers 23-20, and it ended up being 38-10, and it covered. Well, no, it didn't actually. Seattle was favored 3 points, and Green Bay took it. So yeah, I got the win there. A good pick as well. And then Dallas and the New York Giants. The Giants won 10-7, and I went with Dallas 28-21. And Dallas was favored 3 points, and Dallas lost this one. So yeah, pretty much that one's another one. And then New England versus Baltimore. I said it was 30-10, and New England won 30-23. New England was favored 8 points, and they won by 7. So yeah, that's the picks. I was 11-5 in the whole predictions, odds, and picks. So yeah, I was 11-5 in this week that came up, and in 4-week period, I've been 45-15. So yeah, that will cover the week 14 picks, odds, and predictions that I had. And also, I forgot to mention that Kansas City won 21-13, and Kansas City, I said Kansas City was gonna win 27-24, and that will cover up the NFL Week 14 picks, spreads, odds, and the total points and my predictions. And now I'm gonna go into my DFS Week 14 picks. Pretty much, I said that you need Kirk Cousins to pair him up with Deshaun Jackson and Jamison Crowder. And pretty much, Kirk Cousins gave me 16.96 fantasy points, and Deshaun Jackson had an awesome game, having 1770 fantasy points. And I got a bust with Jamison Crowder that he only put up 4.70 fantasy points. And I also mentioned in my video Eli Manning, pair him up with Odell Beckham Jr., and Eli was a bust as well. The game was it's a low scoring game, and it was. So yeah, pretty much he gave me 652, and Odell Beckham Jr. Got that big, huge touchdown in the end and got the win. So yeah, pretty much he had 17.40 fantasy points. And also, I mentioned in my video, my running back Le'Veon Bell, he rushed 3 rushing touchdowns, going 236 yards. He got 49.80 fantasy points. And also, I mentioned David Johnson. He got 14.60 fantasy points going against the Dolphins. He did really well too. And then my tight ends, I had Tyler Eifert from Cincinnati. He had 2 touchdowns, going for 19.30 fantasy points. And my other tight end, Ladarius Green, it was a bust, and it was 3.50 fantasy points. And also, I mentioned 2 defense for week 14, and I got the Vikings. They scored 7 points, and the Broncos. I also mentioned the Broncos was in one of my picks, and they got 6 fantasy points. And then I mentioned 2 kickers, and yeah, pretty much it was Matt Bryant from the Atlanta Falcons. He scored 6 fantasy points. And I also mentioned Adam Vinatieri from the Indianapolis Colts. He got 5 fantasy points. And this will conclude my fantasy DFS Week 14 picks and also my Week 14 results from the whole game. So yeah, if you have any questions, let me know. Comment below, and I will see you in Week 15. And click the thumbs up and subscribe to me because I'm gonna have accurate information for Week 15 that's coming up now. We're gonna have a Thursday night game, Seattle versus the Los Angeles Rams. They just fired Fisher, so I don't know what's gonna happen with the Rams. But yeah, this is gonna be interesting Thursday night at Seattle. Seattle, great defense. They have good offense. They play good at home. And on Saturday, the Jets are gonna play the Dolphins with a new quarterback, the Dolphins, because Tannehill sprained his ACL, MCL. So yeah, Matt Morris is his backup, so he should be doing good. He should play good. They're right now 2.5 favorite. So yeah, I'm gonna keep you posted for Week 15. So yeah, I just wanna catch up with you guys and tell me how you like this, and I'll see you on Week 15. All right, guys. Well, I will see you on Week 15, and remember to subscribe, click the thumbs up, like my page, and I hope you love this video. I'm gonna do this every Tuesday, so you guys can have the results of all my picks and stuff. So it's gonna be amazing. I'm gonna have a bunch of videos coming up. Starting on tomorrow, I'm gonna put for the Thursday night game, so stay tuned for that as well. And as always, I'm Ronnie from Ronnie Sports Talk, and I will catch you on Week 15. I'll see you later.